Hello everyone, welcome to the Grumpy Old Hunter. Today I'm going to go over backing up your belay device. I had some idiots get on my channel and try to tell me this was unsafe, and I explained to them that I had talked to Petzl about it, talked to Singing Rock about it, and one of them basically said, you didn't talk to anybody about it. So I'm going to post the email, but just to prove that this is safe and it does work, I'm going to show you. So what some of the people expressed concern about is saying that if your Grigri failed, that it would touch the Prusik and become a tender, and in essence do that as you went down. Well, first of all, the original video was filmed in the JX3, and one guy said if you turn so far to the left that this will touch it and make it fail. Well, you can't in the JX3, and as I found out a few minutes ago, you can't do it in this Cloud Infinity either. So it's a bogus claim, and it's just people who think, who knows what they think. But to prove that this won't fail the way they say it will, I've got it set up here, and I'm going to show you a couple different things. So what I did when I used a Grigri, and I switched from a Grigri to a descender because the descender is a better tool. And this last season I used a Petzl rig, and I'll do a video on the Petzl rig and why I chose that one over some of the other ones that I reviewed, and over the Edelred Megawatt, which was my favorite. But anyway, back to this. This is how I would back up my Grigri when I used it. And the reason you do that is because it tells you right in the manual of the Madrox Safeguard, the Trango Virgo, the Grigri, and every other belay device that works like this, your brake hand needs to be on the rope at all times. So if you're hanging from it and not backing it up, it just, no matter what anybody says, it's not safe. It's not how it's designed to work. So you can back it up, and in fairness, there's another way you back it up. You would take your Prusik, put it up here, and hook it to the carabiner that your Grigri is on. That's another way to do it. I don't like to do it that way, but if your Grigri were to explode and fall apart, that way is a better way to do it, in all honesty. But I don't like doing it that way. I don't like having the Prusik up here and anything up above it. So what I do, and there's a third way where you can take your tether and feed it through this carabiner like this, and then put another carabiner to hold this knot right here, and that achieves the same purpose. I don't like that either because I just don't like all the crap in front of me. So what I did is I put a Prusik right here and I attach it to my saddle. And what this does is this takes place of the brake hand. So let's say your rope's worn or your Grigri's worn and it's going to slip really slowly. This will stop that from happening. You can see I can pull the Grigri wide open, lean back, and it doesn't move. And you can see, I mean, there's tension on the rope, but it's not pulling it. So that's what it's designed for. The only way this knot would not hold you if your Grigri were to fail is if the actual cam and the internals snapped out of it and you were left on the rope. And if that was the case, what would happen is you would get caught and you would end up like this, which, yeah, not very comfortable, but beats falling 20 feet. So let me just show you what I'm talking about and why this won't fail. So once I'm up to hunting height, get some slack out of here. Once I'm up to hunting height, right, I take a rope and I put a Prusik around the trailing end of the rope, and then I put it right there and I just leave it. Now I can sit back and I'm fine. Then when it's time for me to rappel and get down, I take the Prusik off. What these geniuses are saying is that if the Grigri were to fail and somehow touch the knot, it would become a tender. All right, so if I take the tension off the brake hand, the Grigri works. If I keep tension on it, it won't work. It will literally go right into the lockdown mode. I'll even pull the rope sideways like it should be. It immediately goes into the lockdown mode, and it will not slip. It won't do anything. That's because it's equivalent to having your brake hand on it. So in order to even make this work, to be able to show you, I have to take the tension off of the Grigri. Off the running end of the rope. And then, now I'm going to pull this up and try to keep tension off, and I'm going to make this slip until it goes down. But you can see the closer it gets to the Prusik, the less it slips, until eventually it pulls itself into the panic stop mode. And you can tell it's the panic stop mode by looking at the cam up here. See how the cam is way up? That's the panic stop mode. That literally cannot, you can hear it clicking every time I try to pull it. It literally, there might be a sweet spot where I can get it to move a little bit, but there isn't. So the whole idea that the Grigri will come down and hit the Prusik is wrong. It's a bogus idea. It's a bogus thought. It's just somebody who hasn't tested this stuff or talked to the manufacturers or actually done some real climbing or real testing comes up with in their brain for whatever reason. But because it's a safety issue, I just wanted to show you guys this works, this is safe. The absolute worst case scenario, as I said, would be if the guts were to pop out of your Grigri Plus or your other belay device, you would end up hanging sideways like this. As I said, that beats a fall of 20 feet. So I'll take that any day. But the whole purpose of this backup is to make the Grigri or the belay device work the way it's supposed to work. And it's supposed to work like this, with your brake hand on the rope at all times. You're not supposed to hang from these like this, right? If you hang from it without it being backed up and it were to slip, you would go down, right? So to make it safe to hang from, that's all you need to do. It's, in my opinion, it's the easiest way to do it. Just throw a Prusik right there. Now you're ready to go. And you can see I've got it pulled all the way. It's in the panic stop mode. I can try to force it. Even though I force it down, it still will not let go. So these people who are trying to get on my page and say, take this off before people get hurt, or this isn't safe, they're full of crap. As I said in my replies to them, I've tested this. This works. This is safe. And in my opinion, it's the quickest, easiest way to back up your Grigri Plus if you're going to use one. But as I've said 1,000 times, if you're going to hang from it, just get a descender. It's the right tool. Okay, one other quick test. I've finally got it, the Grigri, to be able to go down and touch the knot. I'm going to try and get it up a little bit higher just so I can show you better. In the off chance that somehow this could happen, this is what happens. You can see, even if it were to touch the Prusik, it does not tend it. And that's the only way that this knot would not be safe, is if the guts of the Grigri were to come out. It's that simple, guys. And the only reason I feel compelled to make this video is because I don't want my subscribers to think I'm putting stuff out there that isn't safe. Unlike other people, I won't do that. There are people out there that tell you you don't need to back up your Grigri. They'll tell you to run 8mm ropes with your Grigri. That's not safe. This is safe, regardless of what these Einsteins want to say. And I've proven it to you, and there's nothing that I do that I haven't tested. I'm not going to put somebody else out there in a bind that I haven't already tried out. And you can see, even right now, as I try to force it standing up without any weight on it, it won't do it. It just won't happen. So, again, I don't know what they're talking about, but there you go. There's the proof. So there you have it. Just a quick video on that. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, tell all your friends, and thanks for watching.